So, you want to be half-toned. Well, only go to the gym for a little bit and then you only get a little bit toned. Yeah, you know, your muscles get toned, you only get half toned. You get what I'm saying. Hey guys, welcome back to TutsByKai. I'm Kai, and today we are back in Blender 2.81 Eevee Blender once again, taking a look at a half-tone kind of material texture thing that's going on. And so many people have been asking me about this lately. I figured it was about time we did it, and you guys want it, so here it is. I'm going to be using these halftone textures that I got from Spoon Graphics. I believe the website's name's called. I love them. They're great. I get a lot of stuff from there. I'll leave a link down in the description as always. You can go pick them up. They're free textures. They're great stuff on that website. So, I'm not affiliated with them. I'm letting you guys know. Just great stuff. Anyway, so we're going to start it. I have my shader editor over here open, so I just dragged my window open from the left-hand side. Put your mouse up here in the corner, drag it over, and then just change this to the shader editor. I have a monkey Suzanne here. I hit Shift A, and I added in a monkey boom right there. And then I have one single point lamp in the scene right there that is just emitting, hitting G to move this around. All right, overlays off. Sweet. We're all set up and ready to go. Just drag that open. Just drag that close. Now, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and hit Shift A, and we're going to add in a diffuse texture. We're just going to search for that. I'm going to get rid of Principal BSDF because we don't need that, so hit Delete on that. And I'm going to just plug the diffuse way over here into the material output, so now we have something to look at again. We're going to drag it way over there, though, because we have a lot of stuff to do in between there. So, I'm going to hit Shift A, and we're going to search for a shader to RGB. And this node apparently does not work in cycles, and I had somebody say that to me, and I just want to mention that it doesn't work in cycles. There's not a shader to RGB in cycles, so there's other things you can do, but I'm not exactly sure what they are. So if you're in cycles, which, I mean, yeah, in cycles, then this node's not going to be there. So don't freak out if you don't have that in cycles. It's only an Eevee node, and of course I do all my videos in Eevee because, you know, Eevee's great. So hit Shift A. We're going to add in a color ramp node. You can actually just type in ramp and it'll come up, since now they have, if I type in color, it used to be the only thing here, but now they have vertex color. So if you type in ramp, it should come up easier. Just type in ramp, then it's the only thing that comes up. So just a little tidbit for you. We're just going to plug that color ramp in there just like that. And we're going to leave everything the way it is right now. We'll change it later on. I'm going to add in a couple more things here. We're going to add in a Shift A math node. So we're going to grab a math node. It's going to say add at the top, so don't freak out. It's going to say add when you type in math. But we're going to hook that up right there, and then we're going to change this from add to power. And I know you guys always love the power node because you guys are like, how does it do what it does? I don't know. It's magic. It's just magical, guys. I don't know. It's going to make everything look nice and great. It's kind of like, is an emission a little bit. It's kind of like a contrast node, I guess. It is the best way I can describe it. It's kind of like, you know, it's powerful. It just creates a strong contrast between things. It's the best way I can kind of describe it a little bit. I'm going to duplicate this by hitting Shift D, and then place it right there. And then I'm going to change this from power to greater than, right? So now we got something that looks good. Now we got this. Now we're looking good. So if I grab my point lamp and hit G to move it, you can see no matter where the light is, it's changing. So we kind of have a little bit of a comic book effect here, which is nice. But we can take this more comic book. I guess that's really what this is, not a halftone effect. It's kind of like comic booky, but it's still halftone. So moving forward, we got a couple more things to do. Hit Shift A, search for an emission shader. And we're going to plop that in right there after the greater than. So now it's emitting light. It looks the same, but trust me, it's different. Just trust me. Then we're going to do a couple more things here. We're going to hit Shift A, and we're going to search for an image texture. And now this is where the halftone texture comes into play. I really wish that I could have come up with an idea to do this procedurally, but I just like these halftone textures so much. There is a way we can do this procedurally. We can use some different texture nodes, but I just really like these textures, and I really wanted to showcase them today. So I'm going to hit Open here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my downloads folder and then halftone, which is right here. And then I'm just going to pick one of these halftone textures that comes in this pack from Spoon Graphics. And I'm just going to grab, I believe I used this one, I think it is, open. The smaller they are, the better they look, in my opinion anyway. So I'm going to hook that color into the power, I believe it is. And there we go. As you can see, we now have a halftone effect. And the cool thing about this is it's not just static. It works the same way. Like if you grab this point lamp and move it around, it moves depending on where the light is. So now you have an amazing halftone effect that just looks really, really cool. And I can go down to my scene tab here in the render tab, in the render properties over here, and then go all the way down to color management, open that up, and then change this from filmic to standard, so we have actual real white, because you see filmic kind of dampens the color. So if I put it on standard, it's better. I'm gonna have to search for a way to turn that off by default. I'm sure there's a way, most likely, but I just haven't done it. So, and actually real quick, because I just thought of it, this had no color to it, so I was like, wait a minute, I can't release a tutorial with no color in it. What am I doing, guys? So I real quick just popped some color in there. You can't do it just regularly, like changing this color or changing this color. So I was like, wait a minute, hold on now. So I figured out if you were to go ahead and add in a mix shader, and then a couple other shaders here, you can get some color. So I pretty much just had this, you know, as a start, and I got rid of the emission shader because we don't really need it right there anyway. Actually, you can leave it most likely. So let me just put that back. The emission shader goes right there, and then the mix shader goes next, right? So the mix shader will go right there in between the emission and in between the material output, right? And then we can just hook up that color ramp, a color ramp node right there into the bottom of the mix shader. And now you can see we got some color, but this is going to be black and white. Pretend it was black and white. I just got some colors in there just because it should look like this, but just all the way up like that. And then we have the shader RGB right there, and we're going to plug that into the color ramp. And then we have a diffuse right after that. And we have both of these nodes over here. I just hit Shift D, duplicated them, and just plugged them in. Now you can see we have some color here instead of just, you know, regular whatnot in what cases. All right, so hope you ladies and gentlemen enjoyed it today. I will see you in the next one. But until then, bye-bye.